Respected dignitaries, esteemed chief guest, and my wonderful audience, a very good morning to one and all.
A special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Bhanuprakash Reddy Valla. It's an honor to be graced by the presence of such accomplished entrepreneur.
I'm Sri Rajeshwari.
And I'm Sandesh Shimadi.
We would like to welcome each and every one of you to this inaugural session.
Guys, do you know the meaning of the word Ameya? The Sanskrit word Ameya means boundless, immeasurable, and magnanimous.
Sandesh, I would like to share a quote by Mr. Benjamin Franklin, who is also known as founding father of United States. It says, if a man empties his purse into his head, no one can take it away from him.
That's an interesting quote, Raji. It emphasizes the value of investing in knowledge, which gives not only the safest but also the highest returns.
I invite our chief guest, Dr. Bhanuprakash Reddy, our beloved Vice Chancellor, Professor Manoj K. Arora, Professor Bharadwaj, Dean, Pari School of Business, Dr. Prem Kumar, our Registrar, to grace the dais. Sandesh, do you know, they say prayer is the rising of one's mind and heart to God and also requesting good things from God?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's start this event with a prayer song by Ashwatha Lakshmi.
परिपूर्ण वाल्वरवाये प्रभो गणपते 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 आदिमूल गणनाथ गजानन अद्भुत धवल स्वरूप आदिमूल गणनाथ गजानन अद्भुत धवल स्वरूप देव देव जय विजय विनायक चिन्मय पर शिव दीप देव देव जय विजय विनायक चिन्मय पर शिव दीप प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण वाल्वरवाये प्रभो गणपते गणपते गणपते.
Raji, do you know, light is a symbol of understanding and intellectual thoughts across cultures. It is the opposite of ignorance and darkness.
Well, that's enlightening. Symbolizing the illumination of knowledge, with due respect, we request dignitaries on the dais to inaugurate this event by lighting the lamp. We now invite VC Sir to speak a few words and motivate the students.
Dr. Bhanuprakash Reddy, our chief guest for today's function, Dr. Bharadwaj, Dr. Vishnupat, my colleagues, students of SRM University AP, and students from other colleges. Welcome to this serene and pious campus. We know that we are only 6.5 years young, but we have achieved a lot. I don't want to give you any numbers and bore you here because today is yours day. Business Fest, organized by the students of Pari School of Business, is one of the important activities in our agenda because we believe that curricula and co-curricula should go hand in hand. With 3 different schools, several departments, several academic programs, We believe in interdisciplinarity, interdisciplinary learning, interdisciplinary research. And therefore, co-curricular activities are and should be an important part of learning on the campus. Because as per our vision statement, we want to provide unique learning experience to all our students. And for that, we will do whatever we can do. So much so that in our next 5-year strategic plan, I am speaking some business language here. Next 5-year strategic plan, one of the strategic goals is enhance student experience on campus. And this experience cannot happen if our students are not involved in activities other than curricula. We believe in outside the classroom activities, and you all know that we are now giving credits to these activities. So there are courses like co-curricula, there are courses like community engagement and social responsibility. There are courses like universal human values and ethics. And there are courses like entrepreneurial mindset. All these courses eventually lead to make holistic individuals. Together with it, we emphasize a lot on all kinds of skills which you talk about in these days. Although these skills were there right from our Nalanda and Takshila days, but now we have branded it as 21st century skills. So if you look at our curricula, all those skills will be there. When we talk of leadership skills, when we talk of creativity, when we talk of critical thinking, when we talk of problem solving, anything. But these are the occasions like fest, business fair, technical fest, cultural fest. These are the fests where you as students showcase your talent. You need to prove that whatever skills you have learned by way of your curricula, you are experimenting with those skills here in these fests and making sure that you are learning by interacting with students from other colleges in a very, very collaborative environment. And you are showing all kinds of skills, whether it is team building skills, leadership skills, bringing in sponsorship, managing the show, taking care of your guests, your ethics, everything will come into play. Everything will come into practice. So I want that these cultural fests, these types of fests, like cultural fests or business fest, which is being inaugurated today, is not just food and fun, but there is a learning. There is idea sharing. And today, in fact, our chief guest, who is there with us, he has loads of experience in starting and running businesses like anything. I met him a few months ago. I was trying to recollect where did I meet him. We met him in second India Startup Festival. And at that time, I could see that huge festival, hundreds of startups were there who were collaborating in fact with each other, not competing, not only from India, from all over the world. And there were angel investors, there were venture capitalists, all kinds of people together at one platform. And the way the country is promoting startup culture during last 1 decade or so, I have seen the growth of startups like anything. Who knows that these kinds of business fests, business fair, can motivate you to really start your own businesses. So please take this business fair not just an occasion of food and fun, but an occasion of learning wherein you can imagine and share your ideas that, okay, I want to start a business of my own. Can we do that? I'm asking you. I want to see my young generation who is very enterprising, who is very entrepreneurial. And we are sitting in Andhra Pradesh state, which is, I think, one of the most entrepreneurial states in the country. Punjab, Andhra Pradesh. And that's what I want young generation to adopt. So let you all make a pledge. Of course, Dr. Bhanu Prakash Reddy will talk more about entrepreneurship. But let you take the pledge today that from this business fair, at least, I would identify 10 students who want to become entrepreneurs and start their own business, where we can support them in our incubation center, which is HLab Research Center. So, in earlier days, we used to say science and engineering together. Then we started saying engineering and technology together. Then we started saying technology and management together. I would say now everything is together. It starts from science and ends at business. And if you can really work around it, right from your physics, chemistry, and turn that into a business, I think you are the winner. Wish you all the best. Enjoy, have food and fun, and have learning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words.
We request Professor Bharatwaj Shivakumaran to address the students.
Respected Dr. Bhanu Prakash Reddy, respected VC sir, my fellow dean, Dr. Vishnupad, faculty colleagues, students, staff, students from SRM AP, PSB, SRM AP, and lots of students from outside, So welcome all of you, especially to the students from outside of SRM University AP. So this last year we had the maiden edition of the Ameya Fest, our own B-School Fest, and it was well attended. But this year I'm extremely gratified to see that the number of students from outside outnumbers the number of students that we have here in the Paris School of Business. So that is a very, very good sign. It's a sign that, number one, our students and faculty have worked hard in getting those students here. And number two, the students from outside have seen some value in us, right? And we are a young business school. We are a growing business school. We have this year, our intake was 100 MBA, now 90 BBA students. Next year it will be more. So I'm mainly addressing the students from outside, right? Because we will have, we have very good, if you go around the campus, I would encourage those students from outside to go around a wonderful campus. You will simply be blown away by the beauty of our campus, right? Our campus is so wonderful. It has excellent infrastructure. It is not only functional, but also aesthetic, right? It looks, It looks great from outside and it works beautifully from inside. And go to our labs, go to our classrooms, in your free time, walk around, meet other people, network. And, we have an excellent MBA program, excellent BBA program that is differentiated. Like VC sir said, our education is based on, holistic development while we impart skills on marketing, finance, operations, and so on. We ensure that our students are well-rounded individuals because they organize events like this, participate in events like this, and they do various other things like Samaj Seva, mind and soul training, and many of our courses are highly immersive, experiential in nature. So I'm saying this because, many of you have come from outside who may not know these things. Our students, of course, know all these things. And over the next couple of days, right, we will have various events like, you will have the stock pulse that is on, finance. We'll have product balloons that is on marketing, biz whiz that is a business quiz, elevator pitch that is on entrepreneurship, right? Data dynamo that is on business analytics, IPL auctions. The IPL is going to start in the next month, and the IPL auctions have just happened. So we'll have a mock IPL options, and we'll have a HR odyssey. Plus we'll have some general games like tug of war, arm wrestling, and so on and so forth, right? So like VC sir said, you will have a lot of fun, a lot of good food, but you will also have excellent learning, not excellent learning. You will learn a lot by participating in events like these, competing in a healthy way with others, right? Healthy competition is always good. That is what we encourage. That is what will happen here. And when you participate in such games and competitions, even if you lose, you will learn, right? So nobody loses really, right? Even if you lose, you learn, right? So I encourage all of you, our students from outside, to participate in all these games to the extent possible, learn a lot, network, and carry forward, wonderful memories of these 2 days over the rest of your lives. Thank you very much. God bless all of you. Thank you.
We now invite Dr. Vishnu Perth to speak few words.
Respected Chief Guest, respected VC and Dean Bharadwaj, I welcome all the students who have come from outside SRM University. I was actually not supposed to speak here today, but VC wants me to say a few things. Some 30 years ago, I myself got into a business school, and that's the last relationship I had with. I never took admission. That was the last relationship I had with any kind of business school, work and affair and whatnot. We take inspiration from the fact that this event is being organized by PSP. We would ourselves like to, in our school, want to organize a similar event in my school as well. I welcome you, all of you. I'll see you in the IPL auction in the second half tomorrow. Thank you.
I consider it a great honor to introduce Dr. Bhanuprakash Reddy Varla. He's an accomplished professional with a diverse background of immersive academic credentials, technical expertise, and impressive entrepreneurial journey. He holds degrees from Osmania University, IIT Bombay, IIM Bangalore, and he continued to do a postdoctoral from BITS Pilani.
He currently serves as a partner and director of growth and technology at Plural Technology Private Limited, specializing in PLM. He has expertise in hydroponics, RFID, AIDC, to name a few. He worked with UDAI as a biometric expert in our Aadhaar card project. He handled similar national ID card initiatives in UAE, Sri Lanka, and Africa.
He founded Batronics India Limited, the first barcode company in the world to go for IPO in that area. His entrepreneurial journey made him start the founding company of Beanfield Consulting, by which he is helping many startups. He is also partner and director of Greylogic Technologies Private Limited. He is also a part of co-committee of TiGrad, which represents TI Hyderabad at global level.
TI, The Indus Entrepreneurs is a non-profit organization that supports entrepreneurs across 61 cities over 14 countries. TIE Hyderabad is one of the most awarded and active chapters worldwide. Each year, it impacts over 1100 startups and more than 6,400 students. Dr. Reddy, having accomplished all these credentials, is also humble enough to stay connected with his alma mater at Usmania University Foundation and IIM Bangalore, thus contributing in industry connect of those institutions. We invite Dr. Bhanuprakash Reddy to deliver the inaugural speech.
So let me first thank these two young people. Give a big hand to them, Great work. Thank you, VC sir, the deans, professors, all the faculty members, dear students, students who picked me from the airport, especially. I want to thank everybody of them. While VC sir was talking about the lot of entrepreneurs came back from AP here. I actually born in Hyderabad, so I'm a Telanganite right now in front of you. But I was a smart guy. I married a Andhra girl actually. So just to make sure that my entrepreneurship skills should develop more. So anybody who wanted to get from the other state, we'll all bring them here actually. So thank you for my mother-in-law actually. I want to thank you for her. I met her actually. That's how I met my wife actually. So good morning everybody, students. Great to see you. In fact, this event, actually I prepared that thinking that you're all engineering graduates, that I'm going to address people. So I was, going through all the study and everything. And Shalaja Garu, when she met actually, and other people who were talking, then I realized it is MBA graduates and BBA graduates. That's where all my blood started blowing high actually, because I come from the business background. And I fall in love. I get super excited, whatever I hear, whatever I see, wherever I go, I get super excited. So, the story starts from here. When I came in the morning at the flight, I took over. And I was just listening to somebody sent me a motivations thing to me on my mobile phone. So I started listening. There was one lady from Pakistan who was actually talking on the place, and she was mentioning about where she met with an accident, and then she became an entrepreneur. So I was just listening to that from the airport. It is just about 35 kilometers from my house. And in between I got a call and I stopped it. And I just took the call. I said, okay, fine. So this driver actually who was driving the car, Wahid was his name actually. He said, sir, wo jo aap sun rahe tha na, wo continue karenge sir, he told me. And I was surprised. I was very happy. I said, this guy is talking about what the story and motivation. I said, what did you do? He said, sir, maine degree tak pad liya. Oh, my curiosity started hearing to me. He said, degree tak pad liya. So what is that next? He said, sir, maine पढ़ रहा हूँ मैं अभी, फिर भी पापा से साथ मिलके मैं अभी 3 कार खरीदा. You understand Hindi, right? He said he bought 3 cars. And today the driver is not there, so I picked up the car and I came for this driving, he said. So it's brilliant. I said, what do you really want to do? Sir, मेरे को एक 5 साल में 50 कार तो चाहिए मुझे. In 5 years, he says 50 cars he wants to own. I said, why can't you own 1,000 cars, I said. And he told me story of Barber Ramesh. How many people know here? If you raise the hand. Excellent, I'm sure. I'm so happy that you know about this guy. You all know about the story about Barber Ramesh? So this Ramesh was a barber from Bangalore, and he was haircutting a lot of people, and he used to do the regular work and everybody every day normally. And one day, while he was cutting somebody's hair, somebody said boss, मुझे एक कार चाहिए, मेरा एक कार था BMW, I have 2 cars, मेरे को भेजने का है. So he was talking to somebody on the phone actually. He heard it actually. And he said, it's lying for a long time, I'm not getting a good price, it's like a white elephant in the house. And then the story went other side. He cut his hair, he left. And then he came back. And after a few days, somebody else came for a haircut and he said, "Say, koi mere ko BMW kuch bada car mil sakta kya, because I want to take my bridegrooms for barat ke liye." You know, right? Barat. So they want to take a barat and they want to get a car. So this man had this gentleman's number, the guy who had a car actually. He picked up the call and said, "Okay, I got one person and I wanted to have a business idea with you. I mean, will you rent a car? I'll take care of the car and everything to you." And he mentioned, and he did some deal and started talking with him. And he said, "I'll give a car." So he said, "How much car are you going to pay?" He said, "I'm ready to pay a shell around about 25,000 to 30,000 rupees. It's a good car, big car for BMW." So he went and negotiated with him for 15,000 rupees and another 5,000 rupees. He made a first profit of 10,000. He agreed actually. He said, "I'm going to give intact car and everything." Apparently the story turned around and today he owns around about 600 cars. Out of that, 30 Rolls Royce he owns there actually, the biggest ones. All the big cars mentioned to me. That's the power of entrepreneurial mindset if somebody wants to really do it. Start thinking. This is your time, I'm sure most of the people must be telling, yes, come, jobs are going, all things are going. I've been listening this, I'm sorry to tell across to all of you, I'm listening this from past 2 decades. Everything is coming, technology is coming, everything is going away. Just focus on your work. I want to tell you today, to all of you today here who are sitting in front of me, just try and start focusing on your things, what you really want to do actually. One of the important thing, you learn what VC sir was mentioning about all of you people in this event. Trust me, today I am standing in front of you because I was one of the event organizer in my college during my Usmania University days. I did a chemical engineering, but I used to be part of all the events, curriculum, in spite of my education, studying there, being a chemical engineer. I used to be all the events, spend some time. And what I learned exactly what VC sir was mentioning, exactly the connections. I used to have greatest communication skills, what I've learned. I come from Telugu medium school, local Telugu medium school. I used to get scared to go and talk in front of somebody, stand in front of somebody. But extracurricular activities actually brought me back and face people. Trust me, he mentioned about sponsorship. I do not know how many students have gone. I actually spoke to 3 of the students, Kartikeya and 2 other people. I met 3 people today in my car. I'm sorry, forgot your names there. But, I was talking to them. He said, "Sir, kitne sponsorship I have, what they did and everything to you." These sponsorships actually will teach you a lot. When you go to a company, see, that is what you will go and learn, which company to go, whom to go and meet. That's why I learned a management principle called MAN. All MAN, the principle, the word, the complete meaning? MAN means money, authority, and the need. When you go to companies, you need to find out whether the company has got money or not. So identifying that company, whether these guys have got money or not, was an important challenge to us. And who is authority? We cannot waste time, right? So I used to go and find out the different routes and go and meet people. So much learning was there. And the creating need, the emphasizing the importance about this event, what the students are doing it, how are you learning it, what is that you're going to create value for them, was the greatest important learning for all of us. That's where we learned a lot of things. In fact, you'll not believe, and we used to understand, I don't want to name some of companies where we went, they didn't pay money to us. So in the placement side, those companies came to us and we said, "Usko company mat jana, wo paise nahi denge tumharo." So that was this time, we realized who had money, who doesn't have money and everything to us. So there was so much, the inter-learning, external learning was so great. In fact, that was the time where we were not out of the shy box and started interacting with faculty members, with the different people there. This is something great. Please don't miss, my students. I want to tell all of you people, this is one of the greatest events where you will communicate your network, you will start talking to people, you will go around the place and understand the experiences which are there here. That's one of the greatest experience I can just say. It helped me. And during that time, I used to walk in, peep in every event which are happening. I used to go there because I used to be on the place, and I became a, one of the college president. All these things really helped me a lot. And today, I want to tell you that we're talking about entrepreneurship actually. The whole world is talking about it. And literally, it's unstoppable India. I've been there. I was traveling last 1.5 months across all the places from US to Southeast Asia until yesterday I was in Sri Lanka setting up my offices, different works, different projects. Like, UPI was launched in Sri Lanka, so our company had business there, so we went there. So I was going around all the places. Trust me, my friends, I want to tell you, next 2 decades, you're one of the most luckiest students, I can just say, post-pandemic. You're one of the luckiest students because the whole world is looking at you people right now today. And trust me, every 6th AI researcher or students or who is working in the AI space is from India. Every 6th guy. So let's give a big hand to that. And 25% of the workforce, 25% of the workforce for the world global economy, we are going to send our people there from here. So you are part of the 25% for the entire world. So don't worry, Hakuna Matata, don't worry, be happy. You should actually cultivate that. Don't even worry about that to you. What's going to happen? But until and unless you don't focus, you don't create your SWOT analysis, you cannot do anything else. I'm sure you all know about SWOT analysis. Just make that. In fact, when I had fears, somebody mentioned to me about the SWOT analysis. I started writing it. I never shared with anybody else. But I started focusing on that. What is that fear? Probably the fear is maybe I'm shy, maybe I'm not able to read it, maybe somebody else is doing great things which I'm not doing like one or she or he. All these things you have to overcome one by one, step by step. There's nothing called impossible, which is a literal meaning, I am possible. You have to just do it. No matter what it is to you, you have to just no choice to do it across to you. And today you will be more than happy. I used to always wonder when I became an entrepreneur, which I'll come back to the story, why we don't have unicorns in India. We had almost 167th position. We were struggling it. When I went to Israel, there are a lot of innovation happening. One guy, one student, one person from Israel is equivalent to multi-million people, I can just say. That's the power of what the God has brought them out on the ground here. I used to get surprised. I used to get jealous about meeting these Israeli guys. I used to feel in every startup, innovation side, they're always creative thinking. External, out of the box. Something else you should do it. One person who traveled all the way from Israel along with me when I got trained in Israel, when I brought him to India, one guy he made me to become an entrepreneur. He set up that business here. He could able to talk about technology and everything. Maybe we are all blessed to have that, we are multifaceted people actually. That's another greatest thing about India. So, I used to have that feeling actually. Then today, you all have to be proud. India is in 3rd position of startups. We have 137 unicorns. You all know unicorns, 8,000 crores company. 137 companies. Where were we? And how did we come? How did we come is an important question to ask all of you. This happened because the whole ecosystem started building up. The sir was mentioning about, India Startup Festival. We did a big festival. We said, like how you did this festival, Ameya, we did exactly the same festival called India Startup Festival, eventually became International Startup Festival. Initially, when we called startups, there were only 1,100 startups. Second time when we called up, 18,000 startups actually applied for us. So we actually created like a festival. People should come back. Like how we do your Sankranti, Deepavali, Dashara, and other different festivals, Christmas and everybody. Like you need to, we started developing it. So the ecosystem started building up. Government of India from Atal Innovation Center, Startup India Festival, every state like in the AP, Telangana, T-Hub, you can talk about you, every place. We got mostly about 300 plus incubation centers across the place here today. That made a greatest choice. That gave an entrepreneurial, doors to open to all of you. Till some days when I used to go back and tell them, people to come and join, there was a taboo. Oh, I should go and join Wipro, or I should go back and TCS or some other companies. Today I'm so happy to tell you the students are coming out. The incubations of the colleges getting fund, spending some money. He mentioned to you today, just now, 10, 12 startups I'm going to fund actually. And I heard from one of your students who came here, he said there are 12 startups in SRM here, they're doing brilliantly well. And when I asked him, he had a clarity just to get my clarification, nothing to just said them. Sir, I'm very happy when I met this young man. He said he's trying to build a software for some supermarkets. I don't know who is the team, I don't know whether the team are here or not. I'm not sure about it. But they're building a tool for somebody they want to buy from supermarkets, the nearest supermarket, which is the cheapest cost, which is the best one, and where do you get it, how do you go and locate it, place, location, easiest way you can reach, cost-wise. So they wanted to build that. That's a brilliant app. That's exactly we should be doing it across. So we are just unstoppable India. When we wanted to start here, Swiggy came. Now nobody is asking, "Ma, mere ko bhook lag raha, koi nahi pooch rahe." They're just calling up Swiggy and just booking it up. Right? Am I right, everybody? It's made job so easy. Do you all know how Uber started actually? One of the two friends of the Uber founding company members, they were actually coming out and they were actually had a party and they came out. And one of his friend, the founding member, said, "Boss, very difficult to get taxis here, and been shouting and trying to get taxis." And his friend said, "You are a technological person. Tu itna shana baat karta, you are such a great guy. Why don't you do a small work?" He said, "Aisa gumao, something you do, a magic, a car should come in front of you. Can you do that?" He said. They were drunk. I'm not telling you about the story to you, little story. To go back, that left these two people after the party thinking back. He didn't sleep. Literally for 48 hours to 3 days. He was mentioning, he was talking to me in Silicon Valley when I went for one of the show there. So I heard his story from right in front of me. He said like, "Oh my God, I should do something. I should build an app." No car. Does Uber has a car? Ola has got a car? Does Swiggy, does they make food, anything for you? All these things are aggregator platform tools, OYO rooms, all these things. How well they defined, how well they captured. Uber came, the whole world changed. Today, the parking space, issues, everything got resolved. How did they do this? Young guys got an idea. It's all not easy, but you have to have that passion. You need to do something that across to you. From job seekers to job givers. That is the day India has come up right now. Each one of you, actually I want to leave today with the entrepreneurial mindset. What is entrepreneurial mindset? For example, your mother in your house actually is running the whole house. Do you know how she is earning? How she is running? With one salary from your dad, she is running the entire house. Look at your mother. You will learn everything. You will go back and see how she is able to do it. During pandemic, the whole world was dying. India was never died hunger. That's because of our mothers or the culture that we brought across picture to you. The whole world, when pandemic stopped, we started, things started in a different way. In fact, the story of my journey of entrepreneurial journey, I want to tell you a couple of stories. Since I came here, more on my entrepreneurial journey, how Indians are going to make it across to you. So I want to tell you, dream whatever it is to you. Go back and think about it. Go and dream big actually. Dare to dream, care to achieve was, I'm not here in any political party, but Chandrababu Naidu Garu had this slogan when he became chief minister. When I just came out of the college, it was there on the big board. Dare to dream, care to achieve. So I used to go on my bike every day. I used to go and listen to, what is this word? Dare to dream, care to achieve. Oh, you should dream and write down and make sure that you had achieved this kid. So that was a slogan that he made actually. It inspired me. You should find out what will inspire you guys to you. So when I came back from the college here, I was working in an IT company. And I hope you have got some time, 5 more minutes. So I came up from the college and everybody are working in a company. I was working for a company, Microland, one of the company there. And I went to training programs and everything. But somewhere I was not happy. And I was looking at these entrepreneurs, the big guys used to go and watch them, how they are building companies, running companies and everything to you. So I saw one day one barcode. How many people know barcodes here? How many people have seen barcodes? Only one few hands. Barcodes here. QR codes, barcodes. Everybody know, right? Oh, thank God, you saved me actually. So 1998, when I actually saw a barcode on one of the product that I bought in a company, I went and started asking people to scan this barcode scanner. This is 97 end. I couldn't get a barcode scanner. I said, somebody I mentioned to them, he said that this barcode if you scan, you will get, you get a lot of information. I was searching for a scanner. Literally, you will not believe there was not a scanner available there. So I went around the place and I went to one of these Hyderabad Central University and their barcode scanner, I wanted to go and search. They said the scanner, only one scanner was there, it was not working. But I said, I was so curious because this material came with a barcode, but everybody was writing with numbers in their hand. And I said, this left me curious. I said, why this barcode you're not able to read? And somebody said, there's in Bombay, if you go, there is one company, they are doing it there. You will not believe. Next day I took leave in my office, I went to Bombay. I took a bus and I went to Bombay. I didn't get a seat. Actually, I was sitting in front of the driver. I can tell you my experience sitting in front of the driver's seat. I went to Thane and I just got down there. Then he said, no, you go to Andheri. So Bombay was entirely different. I got scared, shit scared. So I went to Andheri and I searched for a company there. And I saw a lady, wife and husband, working in a small Pidlu Andheri room, printing some barcodes actually. And I had a paper like this, I folded with the barcode one which I got. I said, madam, can you read this barcode? She said, okay, de do. So she scanned it. When I scanned it, a small number came. I thought when you see this barcode, Amitabh Bachchan, everybody will come, I thought, on the screen. Nothing has come. Barcode, it gave a representative's number. And I said, okay, so what did you do? So when you got this 18-digit barcode number, your number has come. So I asked her, why that, any more information? He said, you can back-end software kuch kar sakte ho uske upar. And for example, then she told me the supermarket story. Supermarket, you got so many goods, and you have a barcode on that, each one of them. It's very difficult for them to write down. So you put a barcode on each sticker, just scan it, people can move fast, everything can do it. That left me an idea. I came back to Hyderabad. And I said, first thing what I did is I resigned company. I came to my house and said, Mama, I resigned my company. Because my father was a tiger in the house, So I told my mother said, what do you really want to do? I said, I want to start a company. She didn't say I'm mad or nothing like that. Acha, okay. Unpad, nothing, she's not educated. So do you have friends who are like-minded like guys like you? Oh, she left me an idea. I said, okay, let me talk. So I went and spoke to a couple of friends. Then I did the entire 3 months trying to explain the project and what I really want to do, a barcode company. I went around all places. Finally, I got convinced, and no room, no office space. Somebody, I went to one of the uncle, and I said, sir, uncle, I need your space in your office room. Give me small space. He gave me space. So everybody said, they all liked my enthusiasm. And I started a company. The first company I started called Bartronics, barcoding company. First Bartronics company, barcoding company in India. A very interesting story. And started the company. I started working, went to supermarkets, went to libraries, blood samples, books. You name it, we were there. And business started growing. I was not from an entrepreneurial background, man. Let me tell you across you. My father was a motor attendant. All my family were actually from government jobs. No entrepreneurial mindset background at all. Nothing. I had nothing. Nobody knows. Not even my uncle, my auntie, or somebody else an entrepreneur, except my mother. I know, that's all, nothing else. Because I used to see her from very close books. I used to go and travel with her. The way she used to bargain, the way she used to go and buy things. You know, I used to be along with her. I was the youngest guy in the house. That left me a thought. I started company. You will not believe. Just started in a small place, in a small room. I started paying, and suddenly we are about 160 people. I don't know how to run a company. Then I started losing things. I'm not able to pay money, government, banks and everything. All of a sudden, things started going back down, and I said, somebody told me, you're not praying to God, Balaji Tirupati temple. I said, when I start a company, I'll go to Balaji temple. I said, okay, I might have forgotten. So I said, okay, let me go to Balaji temple. So Bhagwan kuch dega mujhe. So I went all the way to Balaji temple, and whenever I used to travel, I said, okay, there are only 2 AC tickets were there, second AC tickets only, 2 tickets were there. I and my colleagues said, okay, let's go and jump, because I don't want to burn big money for second AC ticket, but I took a ticket and we went in the train. So I used to always keep cards. I don't know whether I given my visiting cards to you. So I used to bring my cards and gave it to, I used to keep somebody if I meet, because second AC people, all rich people will be there. So I kept my visiting cards ready. So I met, and suddenly I saw one person, somebody was giving a lot of tiffin box and going, but the curtain was closed. So nobody was coming outside. After a long time, that in the evening, he had a dinner, a man walked outside. Oh, I said, this man was looking very great personality. I gave my visiting card to him and told about, sir, I'm a Bartronics, I'm a founder of a company called Bartronics, barcoding company, blah, 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 blah. He said, I'm sleeping now, he said. I said, okay. He went and slept. Next day morning, he called me and gave me a darshan for Balaji temple, Mandir. And he told me, exactly after 4 days, I got a call. And I came to know he was a EO of temple. And he called me and said, Mr. Bhanu, can you come down to temple? I said, yes, sir. He said, I wanted a project to be worked on Laddu project token system. And I was going, trust me, in a very bad shape, my company. So when everything goes bad, God will help you. Literally, I'm going to tell in front of you, God literally came to me. I went and did a project there for Laddu project. There's a token on the Laddu project, because they were getting, actually there was a big story behind that story. Laddu was getting theft, people are selling tokens, not Laddu. Tokens were getting sold in black market. So eradicate black market, so I went and did it. It's a small order, worth about 7.8 lakhs rupees, I still remember that. But the return of investment, ROI, gave to them 39 crores. I was astonished. I was a superstar, and everywhere people know and everything to you. Then later on, I got a project. They called me. I started working on crowd management system. How many people know wristband to the hands? For the Tirupati temple, wristband. You have seen barcode wristband, right? There's a barcode wristband. So we did that project. You know how much is the project value? 630 crores. You can clap now. Not for me, at least for my company. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, when you work really hard, when you put your best efforts, the Tirupati project came to us. That's how we started journey across picture to you. The nothing to stoppable. From there, Makkah Masjid, people heard about crowd management system. I do not know. Recently, when Ayodhya started, Modi ji sent a team to go back and study in Tirupati Devasthanam how crowd management system is implemented. I was so happy on that day. I was jubilant. That's a brilliant solution that we've done. Today, Tirupati stands for that. Lord Balaji temple stands for that. And from Makkah Masjid, people came to India. They had all the rights and everything. We written papers to them. They visited and they implemented solution in Makkah Masjid. While that shaitan, when they were traveling on the place, where they go on the place, they implemented it. That was the story, how we went and took it there. And we went an IPO in 2008. And that was one of the biggest IPOs we've done. And at the time when I was doing IPO, I had almost 1,600 crores with me. That's where I've done across the front of. Now I'll end of the story here. It didn't end the story here. So somebody promised me, I came back from a family, from an agricultural background family. And I said, okay, we should do something here, because agriculture, everything was starting. And I went to Dubai and I met, I don't know if people know hydroponics here? Hydroponics. Oh, fantastic. Very good. So 2 people know that. So if you don't know, please go and Google search across you. It is soilless farming. We don't require land anything to you. In 2,000 square feet area, you can grow here with your grow lights, you can grow all your vegetables there. So I saw it in Dubai and I said, okay, I should do something back here. I came back to India and I set up a company called Urban Kisan. How many people know Urban Kisan? Great. It was a hydroponics company and we started. Today, you'll not believe the company is valuated at $75 million. What I'm trying to do here is, I'm trying to leave you some thoughts of entrepreneurial mindset. So just don't even worry whether I can do it, I cannot do it, is a different question together. For this, you need 2 things across. Before I close down, upskilling. You have to skill yourself. Today, the whole world has changed. Every 6 months, technology changes. I run a software company. I've got 2,000 people employees in the company right now. But still, I want to tell you something to you. Every 6 months, I find the biggest challenge. So you have to, the simple rule, thumb rule is upskill. Don't feel shy. Keep learning. Keep learning, keep learning. That is first very important thing. And create your SWOT analysis. And I want to leave you again at one of these entrepreneurial mindset where everybody can do it. Right now I'm standing in front of you without any of this background here, but I want to tell you there's nothing to do that. Only thing is you need to have focus, that passion to do it. So create that passion within yourself. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Well, thank you so much, sir. As you have mentioned the story of barber and how we should upskill ourselves, like we have to face a new challenge for every 6 months, and how we have to develop the skills that we have and build the network with the existing entrepreneurs and everything. And thank you so much for sharing your experience, the zeal, the persistence that you have.
We now request our VC sir, Dean sir, to present Dr. Reddy our token of gratitude. On behalf of our students, we thank our VC sir, Vishwapat sir and Dean sir for their support in organizing this event.
To share here to all of you once again. So when we started this Urban Kisan company, which I mentioned to you, which was last thing. So we don't require, he was a cost accountant guy. His name was Vihari. He is not a chartered accountant, cost accountant, and only thing that I could see in him is fighting spirit. So Vihari is a guy who actually, when we started this Urban Kisan, so he built such a great company. I wanted to bring in some time with the VC sir permission here, just to see how this because you are all BBA graduates, and how he worked hard, being no entrepreneurial mindset. So I'm giving one more example because I just added, I forgot to mention about that to you. So he's also a candidate, a chartered accountant, cost accountant guy who built a story today, which is almost now going to be a $100 million company. So when he can do it, we all can do it across you. So good luck to guys.
We thank the Directorates of CLM, Communications, ITKM and Student Affairs for their support. We thank the conveners of Ameya 2024, Dr. Rohit and Professor Dharmateja for their guidance. We thank all the students of MBA and BBA who have come together to organize this event. We also thank all the faculty and the students who have attended this event. With this, we conclude the inaugural session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.